Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever wondered why some people seem to rise above every challenge while others stay stuck in the same cycles of struggle? What if I told you that the difference isn't in their talent, resources, or even intelligence, but in their words? The way you speak to yourself determines the direction of your life. Words are not just sounds. They are seeds planted into your mind, shaping your thoughts, emotions, and your destiny. Every successful person you admire, every individual who has overcome obstacles and risen to greatness, has learned the power of speaking the right words to themselves. Your self-talk is either building your future or tearing it down, and most people don't even realize it. Think about the words you say to yourself daily. When you face a challenge, do you tell yourself, I can't do this? Or do you say, I have the wisdom and strength to overcome this? When you wake up in the morning, do you say, I'm so tired, this is going to be a bad day? Or do you declare, today is a day of new opportunities and blessings? These statements may seem small, but over time they shape your beliefs, attitudes, and actions. Your brain listens to what you say. When you constantly speak words of doubt, insecurity, or failure, your mind begins to accept them as truth. If you say, I'm not smart enough, your mind won't even try to look for solutions. If you repeat, nothing ever works out for me, you'll unknowingly sabotage your own success. On the other hand, when you tell yourself, I am capable, your mind finds ways to make that a reality. If you say, I attract favor and opportunities, your brain starts noticing doors that were always there, but hidden behind negative perception. Words have energy, and they set the tone for your life. Have you ever been around someone who always complains, always speaks negatively? Their words drain the atmosphere, creating an environment of hopelessness. But when you meet someone who speaks with confidence, optimism, and faith, their words shift the energy of the room. That same principle applies to your own mind. The words you speak internally create an environment in your thoughts, an environment of either possibility or limitation. Many people have unknowingly cursed their own future with their words. They say, I'll never get out of debt, I'm always unlucky, or I'm not good enough. These statements act like chains, locking them into a cycle of struggle. But the moment you change how you speak to yourself, you break those chains. Instead of saying, I'm stuck, say, I am moving forward. Instead of, I'm not talented enough, declare, I am developing the skills to succeed. The key to transformation is consistency. You can't speak positively one day and return to negative self-talk the next. Just like planting a seed, your words need time to take root. If you commit to speaking life over yourself for 3 days, you will feel a shift. If you continue for weeks and months, you will witness real transformation. Your words shape your world. And when you control your self-talk, you take control of your destiny. Negative thoughts are often repeated so much that they become beliefs. What you tell yourself daily eventually becomes your reality, not because the words themselves have magic, but because your mind begins to accept them as truth. The human brain is wired to reinforce patterns. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, your brain will look for evidence to support that belief. If you say, I always fail, your mind will focus on past failures and ignore the times you succeeded. The more you repeat a thought, the stronger it becomes, eventually shaping your mindset, decisions, and the way you interact with the world. Reprogramming your mindset requires intentionally changing what you say to yourself. The problem is that most negative beliefs were planted over years of repetition, perhaps from childhood experiences, past disappointments, or words spoken by others. Many people don't even realize they are operating on a negative mental script because it has become second nature. They assume that their thoughts are simply who they are, when in reality those thoughts were programmed by years of repetition. But just as the mind can be programmed with negativity, it can also be reprogrammed with truth, confidence, and faith. The process of changing your self-talk starts with awareness. You must catch yourself when you think or say something negative. Instead of saying, I can't do this, stop and replace it with, I am capable and I will find a way. Instead of, I always mess things up, say, I learn from every experience and improve every day. This might feel unnatural at first, but that's because your mind is used to the old way of thinking. Just like training a muscle, your mindset needs repetition and reinforcement to grow stronger. What you hear repeatedly becomes what you believe, and what you believe becomes how you live. Imagine 2 people going for a job interview. One wakes up and says, I'm probably not going to get this job. I never get opportunities. The other wakes up and declares, I am prepared, qualified, and the right opportunity is coming my way. Even if both have the same qualifications, the one who speaks life over themselves will walk into that room with confidence, energy, and a positive presence. The mindset creates an atmosphere that attracts success. Reprogramming your mind isn't about ignoring reality. It's about creating a new reality by shifting your perspective. Challenges will come, obstacles will arise, but when you've trained yourself to speak words of faith and confidence, you face them differently. You stop reacting with fear and start responding with strategy and wisdom. The greatest leaders, visionaries, and world changers didn't get there by accident. They developed the discipline of speaking to themselves with clarity, strength, and purpose. If you spend 3 days intentionally speaking to yourself with words of power, encouragement, and faith, you will notice a change. Keep doing it for weeks and you'll break free from limiting beliefs. Do it for months and you'll become unstoppable. Your mind is a powerful tool. Program it with words that create the life you were meant to live. Speaking life-giving words consistently for just 3 days can begin to shift your mindset, your confidence, and your expectations for the future. Most people don't realize how much their daily words impact their reality. They speak without thinking, repeating phrases that limit their potential and reinforce negative cycles. But the moment you become intentional about your words, everything begins to change. The words you speak influence your emotions, your actions, and even the way people perceive you. If you have spent years speaking negatively about yourself, 3 days of intentional self-talk might seem small, but it is enough to start breaking old patterns and creating new ones. The reason this 3-day challenge is so powerful is that it forces you to become aware of the words you use. Many people are trapped in cycles of doubt, failure, and frustration simply because of what they constantly say to themselves. They don't realize that their words are reinforcing their struggles. If you keep saying, "I'm unlucky," you will start noticing every bad situation and ignoring the good. If you keep saying, "I'm not smart enough," you will hesitate to take opportunities even when you are fully capable. But when you decide to change your words for 3 days, you disrupt the cycle. You create a moment where your mind is forced to hear something different, something empowering, something that aligns with the future you desire. For these 3 days, every single word you speak about yourself must be intentional. That means no more casual self-criticism, no more joking about failure, and no more reinforcing negative beliefs. You must commit to replacing every limiting statement with a declaration of confidence and purpose. Instead of, "I'm always struggling," say, "I am finding solutions and moving forward." Instead of, "I can't do this," say, "I have the wisdom and strength to overcome challenges." At first, it might feel uncomfortable because your mind is used to the old way of thinking. But the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. Something powerful happens when you speak life over yourself. Your energy changes, your posture changes, people start responding to you differently. Why? Because when you truly believe in what you are saying, it shows in your body language, your confidence, and your decisions. The difference between a person who steps into a room with authority and one who shrinks back in doubt often comes down to their self-talk. A confident person is not always the most talented or skilled, but they have trained themselves to speak words of victory, and that mindset opens doors for them. The challenge is simple. For the next 3 days, speak only words that build you up. Replace every doubt with faith. Replace every fear with confidence. Replace every limitation with possibility. If you do this consistently, you will feel the shift. You will see new opportunities. You will experience the power of words in action. This is not just a motivational exercise. It is a principle that has the power to change your life. Overcoming limiting beliefs is not about ignoring reality. It's about changing your internal dialogue so that you respond to reality differently. Challenges will still come and difficulties will still arise. But when you've trained yourself to speak words of strength, you face those situations with a different perspective. Instead of reacting with fear, you respond with confidence. Instead of running from challenges, you embrace them as opportunities for growth. For 3 days, if you refuse to speak words of doubt, fear, insecurity, you will begin to feel a shift in your mindset. Fear loses its power when you stop feeding it with negative self-talk. Instead of saying, "I can't handle this," say, "I am equipped to overcome anything." Instead of saying, "I'll never get past this," declare, "This is just a season, and I'm coming out stronger." The words you choose will determine whether you stay bound by fear or walk in confidence. Your greatest limitations are not external. They are the words you believe about yourself. When you decide to change them, you take the first step toward breaking free from doubt and stepping into your full potential. Speak life over yourself and watch how your mindset and your future begin to transform. Consistency in your self-talk is the key to transformation. Most people try to change their mindset for a short period, but when they don't see immediate results, they go back to their old way of thinking. The truth is, the words you speak over yourself are like seeds. You don't see the harvest immediately, but over time, they take root and produce results. If you want to experience a real shift in your life, you must commit to speaking words of power, confidence, and faith consistently, not just when you feel motivated, but every single day. Many people sabotage their own growth by being inconsistent with their words. One day they declare, I am strong, I am capable, I am moving forward. But the next day when challenges arise, they say, I don't think I can do this. Maybe I'm not meant for this. This back and forth weakens their progress. Just like you can't plant a seed and dig it up the next day expecting results, you can't expect a transformation if you constantly undo the work with negative words. True change happens when you make a decision to be unwavering in how you speak to yourself. Your words create an atmosphere for your life. When you consistently speak words of faith and confidence, your mind starts operating at a higher level. You make bolder decisions, you take more intentional actions, and you attract opportunities that align with the mindset you've built. But if you only do this sporadically, you won't see lasting results. This is why people who make progress sometimes find themselves stuck again, because they stopped reinforcing their growth with the right words. Your transformation is not based on what you say once in a while. It is built on what you tell yourself every single day. The real test comes when you face difficulties. Anyone can speak positively when things are going well, but what do you say to yourself when you encounter setbacks? This is where consistency matters the most. If you have built a habit of speaking life over yourself, challenges won't shake your confidence. Instead of thinking, this is the end, you will say, this is just a lesson, and I'm getting stronger. Instead of saying, I always fail, you will declare, every experience is preparing me for something greater. The discipline of consistent self-talk becomes a shield that protects you from doubt and fear. For 3 days, commit to absolute consistency in your words. Do not allow any negativity to come from your mouth. Speak life in the morning, throughout the day, and before you sleep. If a negative thought comes, immediately replace it with a positive declaration. The more you do this, the stronger your mind will become. And if you continue beyond 3 days, making this a lifestyle, you will experience a permanent shift in your confidence, mindset, and the way you approach life. Your transformation is not a one-time event. It is a daily practice. Speak to yourself with power, and watch how your entire life begins to change. Your words are shaping your future whether you realize it or not. The way you speak to yourself determines how you see yourself, how you respond to challenges, and ultimately, what you achieve in life. If you have spent years trapped in negative self-talk, believing limitations, and reinforcing fear, now is the time to break free. The power to change your mindset and your destiny is already in your hands. It starts with the words you choose to speak. For the next 3 days, challenge yourself to speak only words that build you up, words that align with your purpose, words that empower you to move forward. No more doubt, no more fear, no more reinforcing limitations. Instead, declare strength, confidence, wisdom, and success over your life. If you do this with consistency, you will begin to see a shift, not just in how you think, but in the way you carry yourself, the way you make decisions, and the way life responds to you. This is not just a motivational exercise. It is a principle that has the power to change everything. You were created for something greater than what you see right now. But to step into it, you must first believe it. And belief is built through the words you repeat to yourself every single day. So starting now, speak with purpose, speak with faith, speak with power, because the words you say today are shaping the life you will live tomorrow. You must talk to yourself according to your divine purpose, not your circumstances. Too often, people allow their current situation to dictate the words they speak about themselves. When things aren't going well, they say, I'm not good enough, I'll never get ahead, or nothing ever works out for me. These words might feel like an honest reflection of reality, but they are actually reinforcing the very struggles they are trying to escape. Instead of speaking based on temporary struggles, you must align your words with who you were created to be and the purpose that is already within you. Your identity is greater than your circumstances. You are not just your failures, mistakes, or challenges. You were created with a unique purpose, designed for something bigger than what you see right now. But the only way to step into that reality is to start speaking in alignment with it. If you only talk about what you lack, what you fear, and what you regret, you will stay stuck in this. But when you start speaking words that align with your purpose, your mindset shifts, your decisions change, and new opportunities begin to open. Many people pray for change, but contradict their prayers with their words. They ask for success, but constantly say, I'm not ready, or I'm not talented enough. They desire breakthroughs, but speak words of defeat. Imagine planting seeds in a garden, but watering them with poison instead of life-giving water. That's what happens when you speak against your own purpose. Your words should reflect faith, growth, and possibility, not fear and limitation. Instead of saying, I'm struggling, say, I'm growing through this season. Instead of saying, I'll never be successful, declare, I am equipped with everything I need to succeed. This is not just about positive thinking. It's about speaking truth over yourself. You are more than your past, more than your failures, more than your insecurities. Your purpose was designed before you even faced a single challenge, and no setback can change what has been placed inside you. The only thing that can hold you back is your own agreement with negative words. But the moment you start speaking life over yourself, you activate a shift. You begin to see yourself differently. And when you see yourself differently, you act differently. If you spend 3 days intentionally aligning your words with your divine purpose, you will feel a change. You will no longer speak like a victim of circumstances, but as someone who has the power to rise above them. You will start making decisions that reflect your destiny instead of your doubts. You will begin to attract the right people, the right opportunities, and the right mindset to move forward. Your words must match your purpose, not your problems. No matter what you're facing today, your purpose is still intact. Start speaking in alignment with it and watch how your life begins to shift. Speak with confidence, faith, and clarity, because what you say about yourself determines what you step into. Fear, doubt, and insecurity thrive on negative self-talk. The way you speak to yourself can either empower you to move forward or paralyze you with hesitation. Most people don't realize that the biggest battle they face is not with external circumstances, but with the words they repeat in their own minds. Every time you tell yourself, I'm not good enough, I don't have what it takes, or I'll probably fail, you are reinforcing a belief that limits your potential. These limiting beliefs act like invisible chains, keeping you stuck in fear, preventing you from taking risks, and stopping you from stepping into new opportunities. The truth is, fear is fueled by repetition. If you constantly tell yourself that something is impossible, your mind will accept it as reality. If you repeatedly say, I always mess things up, you will subconsciously avoid taking action because you've convinced yourself that failure is inevitable. But the moment you begin to change what you say, you weaken fear's grip on your life. Words are powerful. They either build strongholds of fear or foundations of faith. If you want to overcome insecurity and doubt, you must first change the way you speak to yourself. Imagine someone who has always believed they are not smart enough to succeed. Every time they face a challenge, their first thought is, I can't do this. Because of this belief, they hesitate to try new things, avoid difficult tasks, and never push beyond their comfort zone. But what if, for 3 days, they replace those words with, I am capable, I am learning, and I have everything I need to succeed? At first, it might feel unnatural, but over time, their confidence will start to grow. They would begin to approach challenges with a different mindset, seeing opportunities instead of obstacles.